Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
We welcome you to Sunday School this morning, and I've got some friends to help me. Behind me is Kyla Rose, and then we have Oliver and Gabriel and Ezekiel. And we want to start this morning with a song. Are you ready, boys and girls? Let's go. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Way down in my heart, way down in my heart. I've got the joy, 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 joy down in my heart. Way down in my heart to stay. And I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart, and I'm so happy, so very happy. I've got the love of Jesus in my heart. Last week, Teacher Louise did the story of baby Moses, and this week we're carrying on with the story. So the Bible reading today is God to the rescue, Moses and the great escape from Egypt. Exodus 3 to 13, and Oliver's going to read for us.
Joseph and his brothers grew old and died, but their children's children stayed on in Egypt, where they became a very large family. Later on, a new king began to rule, but this Pharaoh didn't remember Joseph and he didn't like God's people. He made them into his slaves and beat them and made them work harder and harder. God's people cried out to God to rescue them, and God heard them. He remembered his promise to Abraham. He would look after his people. He would find a way to set them free. One day, Moses was looking after sheep when something caught his eyes. A bush was behaving very oddly. It was flickering with flames, but its leaves weren't burning up. He took a closer look. Moses, boom, a big voice. Moses leaped back. The bush was talking to him. I heard my people's cry. God said, I I have seen their tears, so I have came down to rescue them. Go to the Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go free. Moses was afraid, but God said, I will be there with you.
Thank you so much, Oliver. And Carla, do you want to show us a picture of Moses? Tell us about the picture.
Yes, and Moses and the sheep and the burning bush.
That's right. So do you see that Moses, he came to the bush and it looked like it was burning up, but it wasn't really burning up. And God said, take your sandals off because this is holy ground. Oh my goodness, God is talking through the bush. So this is the story that we're doing today, and we're going to act a little bit of it out. So watch the next part of this story. Okay, and now there were some sheep that got lost. Moses was looking after them. Off you go, sheep.
Come on, where are you? Go find them. Sheep, sheep, come sheepies, come sheep. I think I'm gonna sheep, come sheep. Oh, come on, sheep, sheep. Where are my sheep? Sheep, come here, sheepies, sheep.
Moses, take off your shoes.
Okay, burning flaming bush.
Now Moses had to take his shoes off because God said it was holy ground. Why did he take his shoes off? Well, if you think about it, Moses' shoes were full of sheep poo and they were stinky and they'd been dirty and all over the place looking after sheep. So it was the dirtiest part of what he was wearing. So he took off the shoes and he came before God and he knelt down. God said, this is holy ground. And then when his shoes were taken off, then God could speak to him. Now, sometimes it's like that with you and I. It's not so much that our shoes are dirty, but we have to get our hearts right and our hearts clean. We have to ask Jesus to clean our hearts so that we can be ready and open to hearing from God and speaking to God. And we can't speak to God and we can't have a relationship with God unless Jesus has cleaned our hearts. And how does Jesus clean our hearts? Well, we have to say to Jesus, Jesus, I believe in you. I believe that you died on the cross for me. I believe that I'm a sinner. I believe, like Moses had dirty shoes, I have made mistakes and I have a dirty heart. So, Lord Jesus, I invite you in my life to clean my heart and make it right so that I can have a relationship with God, that I can have my heart open to hearing and talking to God. So I encourage you, like Moses took his shoes off, take off the things that are blocking your heart from reaching God. And it's only in Jesus Christ that we can have a relationship with God. So I encourage you today and this week to seek out the things of God and to trust Him with all your heart and all your mind. God bless you.